So, what's your favourite Pharrell Williams "Despicable Me" song, Ewan?
Well, I only know two of them, so I'm
Do you
gonna
hear
go
that,
with
Adam?
I'm
He only
gonna go,
knows two of them.
I'm
Only
gonna go with
two.
the OG Happy.
Go on.
Yeah.
Where do we start with it? How does the one in the first song go? In the first video?
So it's the classic motif used throughout the movies, actually. It's called I think it's just called Despicable Me, and it's like, I'm having
I'm
a
having
bad,
a
bad
bad
day.
day.
It's about time that I get my own way. Yeah.
Du- 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 du. Despicable Me.
Despicable Me.
No, and in number two, we get Ewan's favourite, Happy.
Yeah, Ewan, do you want
Oh,
to give us a
Yeah.
taste?
Yeah, how does that go? Do you remember? And then in number three, this is your favorite one, isn't it?
Number three, I think it was just Yellow Light. But
Yeah,
he also did like just a cloud away, like that one. But the
yeah.
oh,
yellow
uh,
light shining down, the yellow light shining. Yeah.
And then there's
Oh,
that one.
and then of course your favorite Alfie, the most recent.
My favorite. I can't remember how it goes. You did a TikTok, Adam, plugging the TikTok this early on in the
Yes,
podcast
yeah.
at Movie On Up for Adam's great little sketch he did.
Oh dear. Who will Groot be tonight?
That's the question. Dun, dun,
Da,
dun,
da, da,
dun.
da, da, da.
Hello and welcome to Moving Up, episode 28, with your hosts, me, Alfie Walker,
And me, Adam Barlow.
and ladies and gentlemen, our guest host, we have Euan Walsh on the podcast.
woo.
He is ecstatic to be here.
It's been a long time coming. That's
It
all I'm gonna
has.
say.
Do you want to
As
introduce
we
yourself? How do we know you, Ewan?
You know me because, well, I can say was now, your course mates and housemate at Bournemouth University.
Well, hey,
He sure was. He's been begging to come on a podcast for so
Ah,
long.
he
And
has.
then we didn't do it when we actually lived with him. And now that
uh,
we're all like 60 miles away from each other, we've gone, let's do it now.
Yeah,
So it's
over
good.
bad Wi-Fi and with
Yeah.
shoddy mics. It's a bit
Uh,
sus, isn't it, that we've left it so long? Because it's like he could have come to the studio at any point, but we're like, no, no, we'll get you on. Just wait till we all are like miles away.
At its most inconvenient.
yeah, literally. What are we reviewing today, Adam?
This week, we joked that we haven't really seen that much, but okay, so I've seen It Ends With Us, the film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's smash book from I think 2016, possibly 2018, one of the two. Um, I've not read the book, but I'll give you my thoughts on that film. Ewan, you've seen M. Night Shyamalan's new film,
I have Trap.
and it's what is it, a musical biopic about trap?
Yeah, that is exactly what it is.
Yeah. And then, well, Alfie, unfortunately, you couldn't see anything because you're the opposite of a
So
workshop freak.
busy, aren't I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't get
so
out of
busy.
work. You're
Yeah,
getting that
so
dough.
I've been a bit busy settling into the new house and stuff, but don't worry, Josh Brooker has come in full force and he has given us a review of The Borderlands, the
Mm.
amazing film that everyone is raving about. And I'll be reading his review on that. And I've already read it, and it is a review and a half, let me tell you that.
Stay tuned for that. I remember it debuted at 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know what it is now. I've not checked it, but
I think it's at like 6. Like,
that's that's
it's
so
bad.
bad. Okay, so should we start as we normally do with some headlines? This week we've got loads. You and how much do you keep up to date with D23?
Was that the convent or the like the whole thing about like upcoming films?
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay, I
Disney
did
does
see a
this each
on Twitter.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's been, I mean, hundreds of announcements, but I've written out a list of, I suppose, the biggest or the main ones. Some of them are just quick reminders that, oh, this film's still coming out, so Mufasa at the end of the year. Um,
The
Frozen
film
3 and
everyone's
4.
asking for. A
Yeah, right.
prequel, a prequel about Mufasa. Ah, yes.
Have you seen the new trailer that they put out for it?
No.
It's
I saw people saying that they're making Mufasa get like adopted by Scar, and then
hey,
he takes out, yeah, like Scar is like his adoptive brother slash parent, not just his brother.
The multiverse of Lion King.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right, the LCU. The LKCU, yeah.
It sounds a bit like the Lion King's a bit inbred, which is
But like, wouldn't you also want to kill your brother if you adopted him and then he also pushed you out the way and became king? Because I probably
mm,
would.
yeah, that's true. That's
Bit
true.
weird.
Um, the reason I bring up the new trailer is there's a bit where they're running in the fields of Africa, in the Sahara Desert, I guess. Um, and Mufasa turns to Scar and he's like, I've got a secret. I always wanted a brother, but he's got a no, sorry, he's got a British accent, so it's like, I've always wanted a brother, like that. And then it like repeats itself and goes into a song that I presume is a new one for the film. And it's like, I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother. It's so
No,
weird.
this sounds horrible.
It's really funny. And I've seen some TikToks taking the piss out of it. But yeah, looking forward to that one. Um, so there's Mufasa, there's a few other Disney live action films on the way as well. So just to list off a few, we've got Snow White with Rachel Ziegler. Um, I mean, what are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, as long as we get Hugh Grant as every single one of the dwarfs.
That would be great casting. That would be so good. Oh, so I see you can talk to the animals.
The whole thing of this is that Disney started making the film and they were going to cast actual dwarfs, actual people who are dwarfs. And then
Mm.
Peter Dinklage said, why are you doing this? This is offensive. So then they've said, okay, fine. We'll just cast like normal people and it will be Snow White and the seven like
Seven
outcasts.
blokes.
Yeah, literally. And there's like a black one, a Chinese one, a
Right.
white one, like, and they're all different. And there's like two of them are women. And then they've gone, oh shit, this is also a rubbish idea. So now they've just turned them into seven CGI monstrosities.
Mm. It's kind of forced me into a spiral because like these live action remakes, right? What's the point if you're just going to CGI characters anyway? It's basically half animated anyway.
Yeah, literally.
It's
It's the
such
same as it's the Lion King all over again, isn't it? Like it's
yeah.
an identical film, but that it's live action, but it's actually CG. So
It's really bizarre. And when I saw like I'd forgotten all the casting issues that they had with the dwarfs, but it's almost like now I'm looking at it, it's like that's a missed opportunity for seven up and coming
mm,
actors, you know, with
small people, yeah.
yeah, what's the PC term for that now? It's
I think it's dwarf.
So, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but it's a weird choice, I suppose, but I guess whatever they did it would have been problematic. I think they
Yeah.
just shouldn't have bothered adapting Snow White. I don't know. Yeah, I think inherently there's a few issues with it anyway, so I'm not sure why you'd sort of shoot
The
yourself in
thing
the foot
is,
with
it
that.
was
But
meant to come out for the 100th anniversary of Disney last year, but it's been
mm,
so riddled with like production problems that it's been pushed to this year. So already not great, but
Didn't Rachel Ziegler come out and say something about she didn't really want to? Or
yeah.
mm,
that's why she got hate originally, wasn't it? So
Yeah, she said she hates the story of Snow White, I think.
yeah,
Like,
well, the main star of the actual films is saying it's not a very good look.
yeah,
mm.
it's bad. And her wig's really bad in the trailer as well.
And then people are already having a go at Gal Gadot as well for playing the villain, and she like her line delivery is a bit off in the trailer. She goes like mirror, mirror on the wall. It's a weird one. Um,
She's a terrible actress, so
they've really
Yeah,
turned on Gal Gadot recently. I didn't realize
yeah.
people were that yeah, that troubled by her, but there we are. Um, we've also got Lilo and Stitch, Alfie. Are you pumped for this one?
Yeah, actually I am. As I said before, it's one of my favorite Disney films. And I was a bit worried, but honestly, I think the creature design of Stitch looks great. I
he
think he
looks,
looks cute.
he
He
looks
looks fluffy. Like
Yeah, he's very cute. Do you like the sort of muted colors that they've gone with him? Because I've seen some people like we need to bully him, like we bully the Sonic guys, and they'll redo it all. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I guess he could have been a bit brighter, but I'm glad they have like the voice is identical, which I think is very important.
Or Hannah means family.
I was waiting for someone to do
There was an awkward silence, and I knew one of us was going to jump in there. Um, uh, I'll just run through some other sequels here because there was a lot of them announced. But as I say, Frozen 3 and 4, Zootopia 2, Freakier Friday, Tron Ares, Moana 2, of course, Incredibles 3.
Nice, that's a good one.
Yeah.
We've always said that, like Incredibles, Alfie, you've always said that it lends itself to sequels, and I think Incredibles 2 was maybe fell a bit short, but I'm happy that
Mm,
they're giving it another go, I think.
absolutely. I think Incredibles 2 did super well at the box office, even though
Mm.
it wasn't perceived great. But yeah, Incredibles is like their one film in my eyes that lends itself to having 20 films.
Mm.
Because it's a James Bond style thing, isn't it? It's superhero, it's James Bond. They could just go for it for ages. But yeah, I'm happy with that one.
Absolutely. One I'm less happy about, Toy Story 5.
This
Why are they?
franchise should have ended with Toy Story 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so bizarre. Um,
They had that ending in three of like, okay, we're leaving them now with a new Bonnie, and then it's like, oh, they're leaving another person again. It's like,
mm.
how many times are they going to repeat this storyline?
Yeah, and then Woody's back with them again
Yeah,
because he leaves at the end of four, and then in the picture he's back with them again. So this stupid cowboy toy is gone three times now, but come
he's
back. Like,
It's crazy. I mean, I'm sure someone said the reason they did Toy Story 4, this was like, I think one of the producers or the director justified it by saying in Toy Story 3, it was a conclusion for Andy, right? But Toy Story 4 serves as the conclusion for Woody. Except as you say, he's back in the
except he's
photos, so
back.
he's back. So Toy Story 4 is what? A waste of time, arguably, but ah, anyway, Toy Story 5's on the way, whether we want it or not. Avatar Fire and Ash, that's the third James Cameron Avatar film. Just a few first images of that one unveiled, but yeah.
Do you have an opinion on the first two avatars, Ewan?
I have not seen either of those.
Yeah, same. Don't
Mm.
worry.
Really?
I've like watched them on and off, like caught bits of them. Caught, I think I might have caught the first one in school, maybe in
Mm.
like, but I've never sat down and watched them. They just don't do it for me personally. So Adam is our only one here who's watched them.
The Simpsons adaptation of Avatar. That is as far as it goes.
The superior version.
Yeah.
Just as James Cameron wanted.
Yeah. He took a submarine to Springfield and said, "Yes, let's take photos and we'll recreate this." Get the CGI team in. Yeah, I mean, Fire and Ash, I guess they're going through elements
The
now, I
elements, yeah.
suppose, with The Way of Water last. No, 2022 was that? Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, we know there's going to be about seven of these films coming, so it's yeah, that was to be expected, I suppose. Should we look at some Star Wars? Because there's a bit of Star Wars stuff. There's a clip of the Mandalorian and Grogu film, just a sort of 20-second clip of it, basically. Skeleton Crew, first trailer for that with
Nice.
Jude Law. Um,
Looks
yeah,
good. My only worry is that it's child actors, and child actors either make or break a series. So
yeah,
the
particularly in
Acolyte is a good
Star Wars.
example
Yeah,
of that for me. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, we'll see. Looks good though.
And then a couple other Disney Plus series, actually, both animated, that I just want to give a quick uh, shout out to. Dream Productions. It's going to be a spin-off of Inside Out, where it's that film studio where they make the dreams for Riley. I think that's quite a good creative idea, actually. I imagine it's going to be very meta about filmmaking and stuff like that. So that sounds like a cool idea. And then Win or Lose, a first for Pixar because it's their first ever series they're doing. And this, I think, has probably gone under the radar for most people, but if you haven't seen the trailer, I'd check it out. It looks colorful, it looks very creative. It's basically an American basketball team, but there's like, crazy uh, powers and alien stuff, just all sorts of creative ideas thrown in there as well. Looks
Oh,
good.
interesting.
So that's all we'll talk about for D23, I think. I've got more news, guys. I've got
Reckon
more.
this segment gets longer every week,
It
mate.
does. Oh, listeners, if you like the news section, then please let us know. Otherwise, we'll
Yeah,
pare
it'll
it
just
down
turn into a
immensely.
news podcast.
Yeah. I don't know how that's happened. Not that the journalism degrees are rubbing off at all, but oh yes, we should have done this at the top of the episode. Last week or over the weekend, sadly, we've lost a true icon in pop culture, an icon that you two introduced me to.
Oh my
Um,
god.
yeah,
Oh, yes.
a succulent Chinese meal, man.
Succulent Chinese meal man. Rest in peace, you legend.
Yeah.
The What is the charge? Eating a meal, a succulent Chinese meal.
Let me just check his name. Jack Carlson. There we
Wow,
go.
a real one.
Yeah.
An iconic Australian man. I'm just going to speed run through this because there's too much.
Yes.
Joaquin Phoenix dropped out of a gay romance movie 5 days before filming was set to begin, with a source telling Variety that he got cold feet. So apparently the role can't be recast, and the crew is now out of work, and the losses could exceed seven figures. Kind of
Wow.
mental.
Kind of insane. Like,
Mescal will do any gay role, so
Yeah,
exactly. Get Paul Mescal on the scene.
yeah,
he'll be up.
he would. I bet he had a hand in the script.
Probably more than a hand.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Maybe two.
We should have also introduced you as being like Paul Mescal's
Yeah,
doppelganger.
as his actual clone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame this
Not
isn't
through,
recorded because
not just through my words, through people's words, other people's words as well.
Yeah, this is true.
yeah, it was one of those rumors that I think you sort of planted and people were like
Yeah.
you sort of went around like
Alfie,
people keep saying I look like Paul Mescal. What's going on?
Alfie, who was it that that pops up to your story and said, "Oh my god, your friend"?
Yeah. Someone random. Like I hadn't spoken to them in ages. I think they might have been from college or something, and they like swiped up being like, oh my god, that guy looks like Paul Mescal.
It's
There you
quite high
go.
praise. It's high praise, yeah.
It's very high praise. Bro's head won't get through that door when he leaves.
Um, okay, Moon Knight will appear in What If Season 3.
Who
That's
knows?
quite interesting. A release date finally announced for Mission Impossible 8. That'll be May 23rd next year. Um, Deadpool and Wolverine surpassed $1 billion worldwide. And I'll end with this. This is again linked to Deadpool and Wolverine, and it ends with us. It marks the first time in 34 years that a married couple have had their films top the domestic box office. So that of course being Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. The last time that happened was with Bruce Willis, who starred in Die Hard 2, and Demi Moore in Ghost back in 1990.
What a good
So, yeah.
fact.
Niche, niche, but I mean, if you've got a pub quiz coming out, probably worth knowing that. Okay, so It Ends With Us is the film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's hit novel, which has been very popular with the ladies, I'm told, just like this
I'm told.
podcast. Yeah.
I'm told. I promise. I'm
I
told.
haven't read it, guys. I haven't. I promise. It's not underneath my pillow. It's basically a romance drama with some deep topics uh, about domestic violence, and about sort of childhood trauma and things like that. So yeah, I guess people like those kinds of books where it mixes romance with quite quite striking topics. I suppose it works quite well. But here we go. So it stars Blake Lively in the lead role. She plays. Do you guys know much about this book at all?
I just know it's about domestic violence. That's
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah, spot on. So this made me laugh. The main character is called Lily Blossom Bloom. Okay, and
That's like
she opens a
like
flower
Nick
store.
Cage when he takes the piss out of the flower names in that film.
Yeah, in the Wicker Man. Yeah. Oh, great, another flower.
Lily Blossom Blue, and she opens a flower store. Wow.
Yeah. And that's kind of all you need to know, really. It's that kind of level of cheese, I suppose. I think the first act was particularly tough to get through, if I'm honest. I thought the romance blossoming was a bit, sorry, pardon the pun, blossoming, but the romance blossoming was just a bit cringy, if I'm totally honest. I thought the acting was a little dodgy, a little bit wooden, and kind of a lot of smiles and sort of cheeky jokes and things. Um, but I actually thought when it got into its deeper topics towards the end, I think it tackled it quite well. Um, and I did end up having a decent time with it. I mean, it's done really well. Uh, as I say in the box office, it's done great. The screening I was in was the first of the day on Friday. It was about midday, and it was like booked out in the Odeon. So it's been incredibly popular. And from what I've heard, the people that have read the books have enjoyed it. I think it's always difficult when you're adapting a novel because it's so many pages and so many storylines condensed into 2 hours. But for the most part, I've heard it does a pretty faithful job. It's directed and also stars um, a man who I believe was in Jane the Virgin, but he's called Justin Baldoni. There's been a bit of behind the scenes sort of tea around him being a bit perhaps uh, angsty on set, or I don't want to speak too much on it because it's all a bit hazy, and some people in interviews have been a little bit uh, vague when asked about his directing and things like that. But you kind of can't tell in the finished product. And what I do like about it is, um, although there is that domestic violence through line throughout the story, Justin Baldoni's character is actually like he's not made to be a villain per se. It's done in quite a realistic way where everyone's got their reasons for having anger issues or for having this trauma, and it does it in a respectful way that I did appreciate, because I thought if it just makes this guy seem like an absolute hateable man, while there are people like that out there, I think it adds to it and it makes it feel more refined if there's a bit more under the surface. So I did like that part of it. Um, it also stars a comedian I love, who I'm blanking on the name right now. Hang on, let me just check.
You must love them so much.
Yeah, Jenny Slate. That's who it is. Harley Quinn in the Lego Batman movie, for those that are uninitiated. She's great. She's got a small role. Hassan Minaj is also in it. He's great. And Brandon Sklena, I think, or Sklena. He plays Atlas, who is another sort of childhood sweetheart that comes into the mix. So it then becomes a bit of a love triangle type thing. And yeah, it's good. It's good. I can't really compare it to the books, obviously, but for the most part, I think if you get dragged along, more accurately, by someone else who wants to see it, then you'll have a good time. And if you do want to see it and you're a bit on the fence, I think go and watch it. There's worse things to see at the moment in the cinema, i.e., Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Is this not Izzy's Ewan's girlfriend? Is it not Izzy's cup of tea, Ewan?
She's shaking her head right now. She's saying no.
Really?
I mean, she said she wants to see Deadpool and Wolverine instead of it. So
That's the girl that
Romantic.
you
Yeah.
want. That's what you
Yeah.
want. Someone who wants to watch Deadpool and Wolverine.
Both violent and
Yeah.
sexy films, I've got to say.
Thank you for that review, Adam. Now we're moving on to our Borderlands review. Quite frankly, this film is apparently shit, so none of us are going to see it. But luckily, friend of the show, Josh Brooker, did go see it, and well, this is what he had to say about it. Greetings to the fine purveyors of the hub of podcast entertainment known as Movie On Up. I'm writing this email partially, well, mainly, to vent, but also to warn other people away from being tempted to see the cinematic excrement that is Borderlands. You might think that what I'm about to say is hyperbole, but unfortunately, it's not. The film is just that atrocious. I've been a cinema goer for around 16 years. Up to this point, fun fact, my first film I saw at the cinema was Horton Hears a Who. And I can hand on heart say that Borderlands is one of the worst films I've ever seen at the cinema, quite possibly the worst. I'd gone into the film fully aware of the negative press, fully aware that most people felt it was rubbish, but naively, I thought it couldn't be that bad. Dear listener, I was very, 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 very wrong. To quote the late film critic Roger Ebert, after I saw, after he saw a similarly awful film 30 years ago, and I quote, I hated this movie. Hated, 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 hated this movie. I hated it. I have a Cineworld membership, but I still wanted to ask for a refund. When you look at the caliber of the cast that is Kate Blanchett, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, Jamie Lee Curtis, and the daughter from Barbie, you have to wonder what drugs they were on or even what dirt the producers had on them to convince them this would be a wise career move. The biggest The biggest kernel of evil that the film tries to impose is Jack Black as that irritating device of mechanical torture, Claptrap. He was quite possibly one of the worst characters ever put to film. Forget Jar Jar Binks, forget Scrappy Doo, forget Captain Marvel. Claptrap is worse than all of them by far. Compared to them, it's like they're in a marathon runners, and he's Usain Bolt. Delivering supposed jokes. I say supposed because none of the attempted jokes in this film. Oh my god, he hates it so much. I say supposed because none of the attempts of jokes in this film by any character landed in my screening of 25 people. Not one laugh in the 2 hours. That you
Wow.
can tell the writers thought they were sharp wisecracks that in reality felt like an amateur night at the improv club. Any character who, after 20 minutes of a film, you think, oh, please just fuck off, whenever they come onto screen, clearly should not be on the screen. The less said about the other characters, the better, aside from Lilith, played by Kate Blanchett. There is no real story arc or character development. Things just kind of happen and keep happening until you want to scream at the top of your lungs, what is the point of all this? There is a plot about a vault hunting, but the film's climax, where you've spent 2 hours being bludgeoned by unfunny jokes, tedious one-liners, action sequences that have no spectacle, and the excitement value of a tortoise trying to walk past the alcohol aisle in Tesco. On a Sunday afternoon, you don't care at all what happens to these people in this film at all. I don't know if the film's audio mix is just really loud or the people at Cineworld wanted to make the nightmare worse, but it felt like they were having someone scream in your ears for 2 hours. It was like someone out there wanted to make a purposefully abysmal film as an endurance test, like a Serbian film or Salo or Cannibal Holocaust. Except in both of those cases, there are reasons for those existing, even if it is a measure of trying to make people violently ill by having their morals violated in the most extreme and degrading ways imaginable. Except here, it's like having all of your senses violated by an overly loud, overly bright, miscast crap show. So, yes, I think it's fair to say a few films could be any worse this year, potentially even this decade so far. If I were one of the normal people who only attend a handful of films a year, I would swear off cinema going after this. Before the obvious question of surely it's not worse than Madam Web. Madam Web may have been ineptly made, but at least you could laugh at it. With Borderlands, it's more like recommend having to recommend a root canal surgery without any anesthetic. It shits on the legacy of the game and just
Still
it's
going.
still going. It shits on the legacies of the games and tries to be edgy with pee pee and poo poo jokes. No joke. There's a scene in the film where they pass a river and it's made to be a plot point that in ultimate hilarity, they all get covered in piss and one of them talks about a golden shower. Please don't
Oh,
see this film. You both have a lot more to live for than losing and wasting 2 hours of your life degrading and defiling yourselves with this mess. Literally any other film would be worth your time. Thank you both for the great podcast installments. Even if at the time writing this, I haven't listened to the latest installment. I don't know what's exciting me more to hear about DVDs or Adam's mum. Give my love to Michael and thank him for being in Death Trap 1982. Wow. If that's not
oh my
damning,
God.
my God, like,
I
yeah,
mean,
there's your result. There's your review of Borderlands, everyone.
don't go see it. Yeah.
Well, I remember seeing the trailer for it. I don't know what film I was watching, but I saw the trailer of it in the cinema. I did think that was didn't look particularly great, and
Yeah.
that theme was in the trailer as well. So I knew what you were talking about there.
I don't
I
know
feel
what to say.
exhausted after that review. I'm like,
That was intense.
Yeah,
Mm.
like thank you, Josh. That was great. I'm really glad we didn't have to go waste our time go seeing it.
Yeah, doing God's work, really. It
Maybe
reminds
we
me of
should just send him to watch all the films we don't want to see.
yeah.
Make it a feature every week. Here's Josh's pile of shit, and he just talks about a film that's really bad.
It reminds me of that Peter Serafinovich sketch where it's part of that Oh News segment, and they're interviewing David Lynch about a film that he's made specifically to make people get diarrhea. And it's like, I strategically made this movie to make people shit themselves. And then they interview like Alan Alda. It's like, frankly, it's preposterous. I didn't find it funny at all. It's more Donald Trump, but you get the idea. It sounds like it just induces pain. And yeah, my God, I'm sorry, Josh.
I'm really glad he said that, to be honest, because if I'm honest, I was had the same opinion as him of like it can't be that bad. Like
Mm.
maybe it will be funny, like Madam Web, like just worth your time, 2 hours, like it'll be a bit of a laugh, but clearly it's next level. So now Ewan's going to give us some of his thoughts on M. Night Shyamalan's newest film, Trap. Take it away, Ewan. Tell us a little bit when you went to see it, what's going on, was it good, was it bad, disappointed, high expectations? Go on, go for it.
Well, I'd seen the trailer and I was very hyped over the trailer. I thought the trailer looked very good and was kind of interested to see where they kind of went from that. Obviously, you knew that the serial killer has gone to the concert with his daughter, and apparently it's this trap where the police are aware that this serial killer, the butcher who's killing people, is going to be there. So it's all that it's a suspense, good thriller. Honestly, if you haven't seen it, I would say the trailer is more than enough satisfaction that you'll get from it.
Oh no.
Um, it don't worry, it's not an awful film, but I'd only particularly go and want to see it if you had a membership, so you weren't paying any extra money. But I remember I don't know how much I paid. I think it was 12, £13 I spent to watch it, and I'd rather just if I had a membership, I'd be more happy leaving the cinema than just spending it outright. I mean, you kind of get the first half of the film. You basically get from the trailer, essentially, of what happens in the film. The last 45 minutes, the third act, the final act takes just a weird turn, and it almost seems a bit unnecessary, and they could have probably cut the film about 25, 30 minutes short and gone and ended it on a completely different route, and I would have been probably happier with it. There's music from M. Night's daughter in it, Saleka, I think that's her name.
Yeah, so she's like the star in the film, right? And that's his real life
Yeah,
daughter.
all pretty much the main character in the third act. And let's just say I think she should stick to music instead of thing. Um, Acting is not brilliant at all. It's really quite. I don't know. It's quite just like it'd fit in like a Disney show. That's how her acting was. Uh, M Night has a goofy cameo in it though, which was quite funny. Um, but yeah, it's not Josh Hart, and the acting is just it's like a video game. The script I don't know whether it's the scripting is just weird, but some of the dialogue in it is like if you're in a video game and you have to talk to a character to like get
It's like actual NPC dialogue.
it, genuinely it is, and it kind of fits in with Josh Hartnett's character, who is the serial killer in it, Cooper. It kind of fits him because he is a psychopath. Psychopath. He's a mental person. So it kind of fits him. But everyone else, it kind of is. I'd be like, I don't know why you're speaking like that in that tone. Even M Night speaks a bit. It's like it is like a video game. Like it would be the dialogue you see in video games. It is like that, which is kind of weird. And I've heard that in other films, it's kind of like that as well. But I
Yeah,
think
his films are so hit or miss. Yeah.
and I think he's got away with it kind of in this film because it is about a psychopath serial.
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett is very good in it. I will give him that. He is you're kind of rooting for him in it. Of course, you don't want the film to end after 10 minutes, but he is very
Yeah.
good and he does very well. it's weird. Weird. It takes at the end. Oh, is there spoilers are allowed for this?
Yeah, you watching it, Adam, or not?
I probably will see it, but I honestly
I'll
I
try not
don't
to.
mind too much.
Basically, he's a serial killer with severe OCD and mummy issues, and it kind of it makes sense towards at the end, but it doesn't really address why he has mummy issues. It kind of just it just it is just quite weird. Um,
Is that the M. Night Shyamalan twist? He just has
Right,
mummy
so I was about to
issues.
say this. Like the thing is with M. Night's films is that they all have a twist. So if you watch The Village, the twist is that they're in the modern day when it looks like it's set a really long time ago. If you watch Old, the twist is that it's like a pharmaceutical company pumping them full of like testing cancer drugs. You do like Sixth Sense, it's that they're dead, obviously. You do Unbreakable and Split. It's like all these different fun twists. And then this is really mild spoiler, but I'm gonna go for it, and Ewan can back me up. From what I'm aware, there's no twist in this.
no, there is at the end. I mean, I wouldn't really call it a twist. It's just like an ending to it of kind of like it kind of explains everything that happens in the film and why it happens. But it's not like a oh my god that was it's
See
nothing like
that's what his films usually have. They usually have a like, oh my God, what the hell? Like this changes it changes your whole perspective of the film. But yeah, from what I'm aware, this guy's the killer, and that's pretty much it.
yeah all the mini twist is an explanation as to why the plot of the film is what it is. That's
Right.
essentially what it is. But it's
Okay.
it's it's not an awful film, but if you've got membership, if you've got a spare 2 hours of your day, there's nothing wrong with seeing it. It's not like Borderlands. It's not going to be a waste of 2 hours, but it is just, and you'll know exactly what point it kind of gets to a point. It's like, okay, this is just taking a weird turn because it doesn't. The third act isn't shown at all in the trailers. Like you don't know,
Right, okay.
but yeah, the first second act is fine, it's good, whatever. The third act just takes a weird turn, and there could have been so many different. I felt it could have been ended a different way. I thought they probably had so many options to how to end it, and they can't. They all, I would say, they picked the wrong one.
It's really interesting because the trailers looked really good. We were like sat, what did we go? We went to see is it Deadpool and Wolverine, and we went and saw what's the Joseph Quinn one? Quiet Place, didn't we? Yeah, and we saw both of those, and the this was the trailer for those films, and we were like, oh my God, Trap looks great. I want to see Trap. Trap looks so
Yeah,
good. And then it's like, let down.
I'd already seen a couple reviews, and I was like, there was like no twist, and the trailer was good as the film is, and I was like, oh, but I kind of wanted to see it anyway, just to see how what it was actually like. And yeah, the second act is fine. It's shot fine. There's tiny bits of comedy in it, but apart from that, it's not as good as the trailer suggests it should be.
The one clip I've seen that's not in the trailer is, I guess, an example of the shoddy uh dialogue. But I think it's Josh Hartnett, and he's about to leave this sort of main Crowder concert, and his daughter's like, where are you going? Where are you going?" And he's like, "I'm going backstage." And she's like, "Why are you going backstage?" He's like, "There could be costumes and things." Like just the vaguest, like, okay.
I think they don't really delve into. They say like he's the butcher, like he's like chopping people up and whatever, like killing these people in gruesome ways. But you don't really understand. You kind of want to see more of like him, like his backstory.
Yeah.
That would
Mm.
be more interesting because the way you find out he's doing it is kind of interesting, and it would be like honestly a good TV series to find out about. If it did a whole series on him and kind of like ended it with like this going to this concert and whatever,
Yeah,
that I thought that would be much better and it would be a good ending to like end on it. But it's kind of it kind of feels like you kind of want to learn more about why he's doing it, and but you just don't really get that from it apart from the fact that he's just got mummy issues.
yeah, that's really true. Like that would have like you've missed skipped the good bit. I want to see his like first kill and his first
Yeah,
thing and why he does it and watch him cut up people like saw level sort of stuff. Like, yeah,
yeah,
I want to see that sort of thing.
yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Nice one.
But
Thank you
go
for reading that. That's
go see
good.
it and Alfie as well, and I want to see what. But there'll be a point you'll realize like okay, it could have ended there, and it just keeps
Hmm.
going.
That's what listeners said after episode 23, but
Episode 3.
yeah, episode 3,
Sweet.
sorry, yeah, yeah.
Oh no, thank you for reviewing that, Ewan. I'm glad that we got it out there. It's nice when we actually get a review that's timely because most of the time we're about a week or 2 weeks behind. Because Adam's review of it, Adam's brief review is going to be next week now. So, but
Yeah.
I might try catch it because it is intriguing me just to see what it's all about.
It's not as bad as Borderlands sounds. That's all I'm gonna say.
There's your choice, listeners. You can go see Borderlands. The only things out are Harold and the Purple Crayon, Borderlands, and Trap. So I think we all know which one you should go see.
I would. That is probably the top option. I would say. So, have any of you guys seen the new Craven the Hunter trailer?
I've seen bits of it. Yeah.
I haven't. I haven't. Does it look good?
It does. It does look good. It looks graphic, which is again, don't know whether they're going to go down. He's in Tom Holland's universe, isn't he? This Craven.
Yeah, I think so.
Would be interested to see because obviously they've hinted at Deadpool going into Tom Holland's universe, which I think he would fit better in Andrew Garfield's. But if this Craven is going to be in Tom Holland's universe as well, and from the trailer it looks quite graphic, I assume it will be a 15. Then it'll be interesting to see. They would definitely be able to fit Deadpool in Tom Holland's universe, One Man universe as well. But see Rhino for the first time, he looks a little bit goofy, but I obviously only see a glimpse of him. But obviously you see the guy, whoever this weird scientist or whoever who is going to turn into Rhino, and you see his like skin has like Rhino. He's like turning into like Rhino skin, so obviously it's a human turning into a Rhino.
Oh, they're going that way with it, like the lizard way. Then I see. It's
Yeah,
not like a costume, right? Okay.
yeah, which I think looks good. Looks much better than the Amazing Spider-Man's Rhino, which quite frankly was awful. But no, it looks good. It looks graphic. Looks like there's a lot of fight scenes in it. It should be interesting to see how it turns out.
Yeah, let's be honest, because the roster of previous films isn't exactly what have we got? We've got Venom 1, Venom 2, then we've got Morbius, then we've got Madam Web, and then Venom 3's coming out as well. So far, that's not a particularly great lineup of films, but it's Aaron Taylor Johnson, so I have my hopes up.
The next James Bond.
James Bond casting rumors.
Yeah,
Craven the Hunter made to be Bond.
The thing is that he's been Quicksilver and then got killed off after one film, and now he's Craven the Hunter. So
yeah, of course, I forgot he was Quicksilver. Yeah,
and I think his accent's going to be quite similar because obviously he was meant to be German.
Yeah, and he's Russian in this, isn't he? Yeah,
but obviously he's got different color hair and different physique, so I suppose it works perfectly fine.
That's an interesting one. Okay, I mean, I've heard that Sony think it will do as well as Venom did.
Not much of a statement, is it?
No, no.
I think it will do as well as our best worst film.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Craven will either be very good or it will be just mediocre and it will be.
I've also seen the issue is with these Sony films is whatever villains they use kind of takes it off the table for Marvel to use. So I think also in the trailer you get a glimpse of Scorpion, I'm pretty sure. Like not in a suit or transformed or anything, but the guy's there apparently. And the Chameleon rather, not Scorpion, which I think is just someone that can shapeshift or something. But there's him and one or two other Spider-Man villains. But I think it's such a mess with Sony owning half of it. It's like they're doing great stuff with the Spider-Verse animated stuff. So I don't know how their live action department is so troubled. I don't know how they can do such great stuff and then also some of the worst superhero things ever done. But
should we take a trip over to Kane's Corner?
oh my God, we should. I'm just gonna go to the toilet and
okay, of course.
I might miss him, but hello everybody. It's me, your favorite Italian job star, Michael Caine.
In our email from Josh Brooker this week, Michael, we had a he put on the end that let me just find the email quickly. Um, there we go. He said, and give my love to Michael and thank him for being in Death Trap 1982. Do you want to just tell Josh Brooker a little bit about Death Trap 1982?
Absolutely. What I loved about filming that film is that the cameras that they used were bloody brilliant. Because sometimes you see these movies and it looks like it was filmed on a bloody potato, but not Death Trap. They really got me in a Death Trap, and I loved it. And I did some acting, and then the film came out, and people like Josh liked it.
Did you enjoy working with your co-star in that film? Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, I retired last year, so I'm a bit hazy with my memory. Can you just remind me who it was?
Christopher Reeves was in that the OG
My good
Superman.
friend Superman. Yeah, absolutely. I know him. I can't work out if I prefer Superman or Batman. Oh wait, definitely Batman because I'm in those movies.
Do you want to give us a chapter from your book, Michael?
Absolutely. I picked this one out because I heard someone on the grapevine talking about a shitty movie called Borderlands. So this is all about a bit of inspiration for anyone going through tough times, like a screening of Borderlands. Bad things happen to all of us at some point in our lives. We lose our jobs, or our parents, or our health. We are disappointed at work, or in love, or in front of the mirror. You could choose to dwell on the knockbacks, or you could choose to embrace the opportunities that are still available to you. Someone once asked me what the secret of my success, and my answer was survival. I'm still here. I'm still going, even if sometimes I'm going through hell. In the end, success is survival. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Michael. I
Wow.
really appreciate that.
Wait, Michael, can we get a cover of what the Australian that died?
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Can we? Have you seen the online video, a succulent Chinese meal, Michael?
Of course I have. It was actually my first acting role. I'm inside the restaurant, but my role was cut.
Uh,
If you can hear dogs, they're mine. But okay, I'll give you a rendition.
Go on, give us a rendition.
Ah, yes, I see you know your judo well. What is the charge? Eating a meal, a succulent Chinese meal,
Well,
Oh, thank you.
and
that was
scene.
great.
What do you usually order at Chinese, Michael? What's your go-to?
Cayman naan, 9 poppadoms, and chips.
What
Chinese.
that's your Indian, Michael. It's the old age got to you.
Sorry, what I meant to say. What I meant to say was, I always order 8 poppadoms and 3 Cayman and chicken balls.
Good man, Michael.
All right, thank you, Michael.
I'm off to order a bloody Chindian. See you later.
Thank you for listening today. A nice little chaotic one for you there, but 3 film reviews, none from me. So you'll be enjoyed with that. If you want to get in touch with us, you can email in movieonuppod@gmail.com, or you can follow us on TikTok or Instagram at movieonup. Yeah, please email in, give us some questions, some film reviews, give us some opinions, and like and follow and share and all that palaver, please. Next week we're going to be reviewing, Adam, do you know?
Um, I will catch Trap before next week, and I'm seeing Coraline tomorrow night for the first time. Never seen that film before. But it's celebrating its anniversary, I think. But I think 15th anniversary, something like that.
Oh my God, you know what we are reviewing, or
Maybe
what I'm
10th
definitely
anniversary actually.
reviewing? Alien Romulus.
Alien Romulus. Do you know what I've actually been thinking? I might try and catch Alien and Aliens for next week.
Yeah, do it. I think I'll watch Romulus and let you know how scary it is, and then you can maybe go.
Because that's in between those two, isn't it? So that might work quite well if
Yes.
I give my
Yeah.
thoughts on two I've never seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Nice
we
one.
go. And that's podcasting, folks.
That's how that works. Thank you for coming on and reviewing Trap for us, Euan.
My pleasure. Well, I hope you'll have me back at some point in the future.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Well, we should
Absolutely.
let the audience decide, really.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
do that as the poll on the episode this week. Do
Yeah.
you want Euan back?
They just shaft you. They're like, no, no, absolutely not.
Podcast I've ever heard in my life.
I used to love this, but look, you've fallen off.
This is the episode that broke me. I'm never listening again.
Moving up, I cancelled now because I'm here.
Would you?
No, we'll be cancelled
The
after I
poll,
don't cut out Adam saying a Chindian. That's all.
the two poll choices are. Wait, what do you mean? Michael Caine said that, I think. But anyway,
Oh yeah.
that's weird that you thought it was me. The two poll options will be: do you want Ewan back, or B, do you want to watch Borderlands? And it'll be like Borderlands all the way. Oh dear. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, Ewan. Thank you very much for giving up some of your time and coming on and eloquently, may I say, reviewing Trap. Very well done. Unnatural. That's it for us this week. We'll be back with another episode very soon. Yeah, so
Well,
we normally fix that bit in the edit, Ewan, but
Yeah. That'll be funny
yeah,
when you listen back to it. I
believe it
really
or not.
felt-